Hello and welcome to Sitting Down with Schneider. A few people had asked me, how come I haven't interviewed my own son yet, who's a senior in high school? And so I thought that might be a good idea. So we are going to be talking today with Liberty High School senior Patrick Schneider. Waiting here. And he should be coming. And there he is. Patrick, can you hear me?
Yes. How are you?
Hello, Patrick. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm excellent. Patrick, before we continue on with this interview, do you give me permission to upload this onto my YouTube channel?
No. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I do.
All right, excellent. Thank you. So, Patrick, I know this might be a little strange because you know that I know a lot about what's going on with you, but would you mind sharing with our viewers what activities you're involved in? What are some things that you like to do?
Are we talking at school or like in the present moment at home?
More like prior to this lockdown, what were some things that you were involved in?
Okay, so I was really heavily involved with theater. We had just finished chorus line when this thing struck. I was the captain of the improv team at Liberty. I was also really into leadership, the ASB vice president. And I've honestly like spreading the wealth like that, doing theater, also choir as well, just performing arts in general, and then leadership as well. Just kind of, it was good for me because I liked getting around and being representative of the whole school. So that's kind of what I was involved in.
So, very involved in a lot of different activities. So, the reason I like to ask is because there's such a contrast now with being unable to go and participate in all those activities, doing the distance learning, things like that. So, how are you holding up? How are you holding up with this current lockdown?
Surprisingly well. I thought I was gonna go crazy because I like to consider myself a social butterfly. But I've been able to stay in contact with people. This is the kind of time where I actually appreciate social media because it links people together and it actually helps. So staying in touch with people has really helped. I've also picked up a few new hobbies. I started playing guitar, which is pretty cool. I also just like playing games with the family, as you know. But yeah, I've been coping with it really well. Just thinking of the best in things and not really thinking about the negatives.
Have you found that taking on that new hobby that just because there is a lot more time in the day, right? Are you finding that's helping you pass the time a little bit?
Yes, definitely. And like you can only like do so much in a day. But when you mix, for example, playing guitar, and doing schoolwork, they kind of, like you said, help you through the day and make it easier to kind of get through one day at a time and without getting all stressed.
Right on. One of the questions I like to ask is, have you found anything out about yourself over this period of time being locked down that you maybe didn't know about yourself before?
Ooh, hmm. Like self-realization.
I mean, yeah, you can call it a self-realization. And again, there might not be anything that jumps to mind. I just like to throw it out there just because sometimes when there's such a shift in the way that life is just kind of moving along, when that shift happens, sometimes people there might be something that they realize about themselves.
Well, I have realized that the members in our family are all very, very similar, but also very, very different. Um, so we can aggravate each other, but we always figure that out. So I've been able to kind of like look more into that. I've also been able to just appreciate. This isn't really self-realization, but this is just something kind of I appreciate. I really appreciate being able to spend this quality time with like family and stuff, kind of apart from plans I could have with friends and stuff. Because I am going to college next year, hopefully unless this thing doesn't get lifted. But I am leaving, and so this is good quality time to kind of spend with, the fam, to be before I go off to college and stuff.
Yeah, kind of a positive take on things with, if you're being forced to be here, at least one of the benefits, even though, as you mentioned, it's not a perfect world navigating around each other sometimes, but deep down, there's definitely some quality time that family's able to have.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, so when this is all said and done, like when this whole thing lifts, and we hope that it does, what would be the first one or two things that you want to do? Like the highest on your priority list on, oh man, I'm not stuck at home anymore, I get to go do something. What would be some of the things you do?
That's really, really hard. First thing, I haven't really thought about that, surprisingly. Well, one of the things I do is I definitely have a guys' night with Marcus Delgado, Curtis Gaines, and Aaron Swift, and then maybe Lucas as well, if he wants to join. But just have that guys' night, because we've done that before and it's really fun. And then also just have a movie night with just a big group of friends. I don't really know specifics, but just like hang out with people that I haven't been able to with, And it's not and it's not like I'm lacking the social interaction, because I am interacting with them. Like I said, over like social media and stuff and text and all that. But it's almost like just being there with them and just kind of just chilling, hanging out, giving hugs,
Right. Some of that stuff we haven't been able to do.
Yeah.
Hold on, Patrick, real quick. Wrigley's barking at the door. Hold on. Oh, okay, we're good. I mean, if anyone would understand that, it'd be you, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, totally.
Hey, you mentioned this, so that the guys' night get together. If someone else watches this and they want to be a part of that, is that okay? They should just contact you, right? That'd be
no, absolutely not. No, it's super selective.
Hey, earlier you mentioned going away to college. What is next for you? What's coming down the line for you?
Yeah, so next year I'll be attending ASU, and for the next 4 years after that, I'm going to study journalism and mass communication, and I'm really excited about it.
Excellent.
In the heart of Phoenix, and you know what? It's not something. This is actually cool. When I first started college searches and stuff, ASU was not really on my list at all, but it kind of slowly evolved and kind of came up, and I got really into it, and where I end up. So message to all you watching, things change. So don't think your plans are going to stick. They'll change.
You know what? That's so funny, because I was going to ask any words you want to impart upon the, masses of people that watch these videos. And so is that your words of wisdom, that things will change?
To your millions of viewers.
Is that your, so those because I like to say, are there any, any last, I don't want to say last words, it just sounds so daunting. Anything you want to say to our viewers prior to us being done here?
Honestly, probably just what I said. Especially for people my age, all you seniors out there, things change. So don't expect to follow through with the things you think you're going to follow through with. Big dreams and stuff. Big dreams can always change. Even the ones that you had as a little kid. When I first started doing theater and stuff, I was like, I'm going to do theater. But then early in high school, I was like, this isn't really what I want to do after high school for a career. So even the hobbies you've been doing for years and years and years, there's a good chance they'll change, and that's good. That's for the better, because you'll end up where you need to be ended up. So
end up where you need to be. I mean, let's be honest, when it first started, you wanted to be a cheetah. So things definitely have changed.
Yes. That wasn't when I first started. That was just kind of like last year, kind of me just kind of getting weird.
Maybe we'll loop back to that.
I was young.
All right, Patrick, thank you so much for sitting down today. This was really fun.
Of course, I had a blast.
All right, talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.